Alright, I think we're up. Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Captain Mike here. Today I'm going to run a DHL cargo flight since I couldn't find any other rides going into Toncontin. So we're going to go from Cancun, Mexico into Toncontin. A real nice approach coming into runway 2. So we'll see if we can pull that off. I haven't done this ride in a very long time coming into that airport, so it's extremely challenging. And I've never done it in Microsoft Flight Simulator with the PMDG, so we'll see just how well that's going to go on the back end. Alright, you should have the load data sheet there, and we're pretty much ready to go. Everything's cold and dark. I just got in here. I just set this flight up. Alright. DC battery selected to bat. DC battery switch is on guarded. Standby power is auto guarded. Alternate flaps are off guarded. Fuel pump switches are off. Wipers are set to park. Hydraulic pumps, electric 2-in-1 should be off. Landing gear is down. We've got 3 green and 3 green on the aft overhead. Weather radar is set to test. Master caution reset. Fault in up. Test. And overheat fire. Alright. Ground power is available, so we're going to go on ground power and confirm with the AC selector. And let's get set for unconditioned air here. Let's have a peek at the menu. Let's take a look here. We're getting ground and we're getting air conditioning. Okay, very good. Alright, galley power is on. IRS select is to nav. Emergency exit lights are armed. Let me just cycle that trim air switch. And let's enter our present position. Let me give you the CDU. I can give you some of the data for this ride, but I can't give you my glass screens or the MCP because I'm unable to do that when running 2020. I could do it in X-Plane though because of Air Manager. If they ever become available in Air Manager PMDG glass screens, then I'll be able to give you the whole kit and caboodle. Alright, so you should have the CDU and the load data sheet now. Alright, let me have that back. Alright, let's enter our present position. And we are at MMUN. And you can see the coordinates that I just put in there that are in the database. And we'll grab the GPS and we'll shove that in there. Alright, so our lights, flaps are up, and showing up on the aft overhead. Let me just get a little bit of brake pressure in here. Let me just make sure it didn't mess with my chocks. Alright, that'll be next. Alright, so that basically takes care of the pre-flight. Oh, you know what? Let's get that front door open. Not sure why that wasn't open. And we can turn hydraulic pump B off. Alright, so our originator flight is basically done. We're going to continue on with the pre-flight now. So, leading edge devices test. It's good. Service interphone is off. Reverses are extinguished. EEC switches are on guarded. Crew oxygen is 12. Passenger oxygen is normal guarded. Flight recorder test. We'll test the Mach speed 1 and 2. And stall warning, a little too early for that. We'll come back to that. 3 green on the landing gear. PSU is out. And let's check our oxygen flow. That's good. And our lights test. Oh, hey, Siren, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Airsoft. How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, early today. Yeah, I actually Passed out last night pretty early. I'm usually kept awake with either my breathing or my back or my legs, but I guess I was so exhausted that I just passed out. So I may be able to get 2-3 rides in here today, because I don't think we have anything on the menu outside of the house. So, all right, flight controls A and B are on guarded, alternate flaps are off guarded, spoilers A and B are on guarded, your dapper is on. That should pop. Interesting. Oh, you know what? You're a schmuck. It's not gonna pop. You're doing your lights test still. Oh boy, you're getting old, buddy. You're getting old. Forgot where I was. See, I stop, I take a break, start chatting for a little bit, and I lose my place. Hope none of the lights are out because I'm maintenance. I'll have to fix it myself. All right, now we can run through here. Flight controls A and B are on guarded, alternate flaps off guarded. Spoilers A and B are on guarded, your damper's on. There we go. VHF nav is normal, IRS is normal, FMC is normal, source select is auto, control panel is normal. She don't want me. Fuel temperature is fine. Crossfeed check, fuel pumps are off. Good. AC/DC panel is set. Equipment cooling supply and exhaust is set to normal. Emergency exit lights are armed. No smoking seatbelt sign is on. I'm getting winded already. All right, and let's run the overheat test. TAT test. Wing and engine anti-ice are off. Electric hydraulic pumps 2 and 1 are off. 3 entranceways are open. Test on the flight data recorder. Pressurization panel is zeroed out. Temperature is fine. Let's clear the master caution and let's run the overheat test. Air conditioning and wing body. And we're set for unconditioned. Today's ride is flight level 340. So 340 is in here. Let's see if it changes that number again. MS 2020 has changed that number by 1,400 feet a couple of times. All right, let's check our outflow valve. Okay, and we'll use the left igniter for this ride, and our lights are good. Well, it's a little nasty out there. We'll give them the logo as well. All right, let's do ATIS clearance and then program the flight management computer. Hey, Nate, how's it going? All right, ATIS 127.6. All right, let's have a peek. Visibility is 7. Fuel at 50. Temperature is 22. Good. 10:16.
Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Victor.
Transition 190, arriving, departing it. We're going to use runway 12 right.
12462. Wind calm.
And we have information, Victor.
Conditions. You have 1500 feet. Temperature 22. 2.21. QNH 1016. Density altitude 70.
All right, and
transition level 190.
Clearance is 122.1.
30 left. 12 right. 30 right. Clearance number 1982. Cruise 1982 friends, runway change. Runway down 23 with the Mission 6 departure bound Sunday. Yeah, thanks. Runway 23 is Mission 6 bound Sunday. 1982. Cruise 1982 on track. Citation cancel. Thanks.
Acapulco clearance, good evening, or good morning actually, DHL 930. Looking for IFR clearance to Toncontin as filed. We have information, Victor.
DHL 930 Cancun clearance. Information Victor is current. Clear to Toncontin via the Alpha 1 Charlie departure, then as filed. Departure runway 12 right. Initial climb 4,000. Departure on 124.2 squawk 1522.
Yeah, cleared to Toncontin via the Lusa 1 Charlie departure, then is filed. Climb maintained 4,000. Departure runway will be 12 right. Departure on 124.2 squawk 1522 for DHL 930. Alright, 1522 is in. We cleared up to 4.
DHL 9er 30. Read back correct. Contact ground on 121.7.
Going to ground 121.7 DHL 930. Good morning. Alright, we can switch that over. Alright, so we have ATIS clearance, and let me just put you in. 124, 2. Alright. Alright, that I got. Alright, let's program the flight management computer. So you've got both there, yes? Yes. Alright, so MMUN to MHTG. And this is a DHL. $930. And we've got 12 right on the way out. And they gave us the Alusa 1C, I believe. Right. 1 Charlie. Yes. And we're going Alsop. And on the way in, we have log 1A. Yes, and we're going to be doing the RNP-North. Into runway 2. And I believe that was from Melvo. Let's have a peek at that. And fill in the rest. Alright, so we got the interception point, then 402, 408, and then Cozumel, CMZ, and then 431, and then Alsop, that puts us at the end of the SID. Alright, AMIDA, and that's going to be 1837A, that's going to be you. Kairap, quarter, that IAI, Cordy, and then Talag, right, and then Melvo, and then we're on the approach, so that looks pretty good. Let's take a look at some charts here. Let me give you nav, the same thing here. So let's take a look at so let's back up, we can put that in. So we're looking at 402 and then 408. 408, we need to be below 5,000. That is in. And then we're into Cozumel. We need to be below 11. And then 431, we need to be at 19. And then we're on our way into Alsop. So that looks pretty good. And on the way in, let's have a look at Toncontin. And what do we have? The Tagla 1A. So at Talago, we need to be above 10, which is in. And then Melvo, we need to be above 9. And then from Melvo, we're going to pick up. We're coming in from the north. Hey, Melvo. You know what? We're going to put Melvo in at 9. I'm going to put this chart in just the way it is. This approach is pretty wicked. We don't want to be above it. I want to be right on the money. Alright, then we're looking at 15 in the arc, 13, 12. Right. And then we are on our way in. 13, 12, 11. And if we take a look at here, let's go back. 15, they want us at 7. 14, 67, 76. I'm going to get rid of that above stuff. Right, 13, 62, 36. 12, 55, 99. I mean, it usually puts us right at it when it's at or above, but I just want to make sure because this approach is pretty wicked. 12 is 55. Yeah, that's all right, 5,600. And then from there, I'll be taking it myself. 4144. Unless, of course, I don't see the runway just yet. Right. 3398. And I'm going to leave that just the way it is. That all looks pretty good now. So as you can see, we're going to have a nice loop and turn coming into Toncontin. And then we got a sharp left coming in and a drop coming down into runway 2. So that's going to be pretty cool. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Let me give you the load data sheet here. And let me look at the same thing here. Now, let me just look real quick and make sure I didn't screw nothing up in here. Alright. And then the mist, then we're holding Melvo at 9. Alright, so that looks good. Alright, so now let's get the weight fuel and all that in here. Let me give you the menu. Payload. I'm going to put in the zero fuel weight and let it distribute the weight on its own. So the zero fuel weight is 130.7. And it just pushed everybody into where they need to be. The fuel is going to be this ride, 17.8. I'll get that in there, and now we can put in the zero fuel weight. All right, 130.7. Let's go take a look at our final reserve. Final reserve with the alternate is 61.18, so we'll put in 6.2. Cost index this ride is going to be 35. Let's get our cruise winds. Let's go to top of climb. Top of climb, 255 at 23.
American Order 69, ground turn right triangle, crossing right 6 right, hold your echo.
Why are you not taking my winds here? Did this just lock up? No. Buttons are working. Alright, and 255 at, what is it? 23. Why are you not taking it? You're going to take it from here? That's interesting. No. Interesting. I don't know why it won't take the cruise winds. That's new. Alright, what would take, let's put that in. Will you take that? No. Maybe I gotta put in the cruise first. Oh. Let's put in 340 first. Let's see. Maybe it needs that first. Try it now. 255. 23. Ah, look at that. See that? I just learned something. For this aircraft, you got to put in the altitude first. Look at that. All right, so that's in, and we put in, that was going to be 10, we said there, right? Right. Yes. Okay, that looks good now. That was interesting. We're not going to derate. We don't have to worry about saving the engines for anything. And the CG was 25.5, flaps 5, takeoff. We don't have a slope on this runway. The runway winds. .180 at 13. Okay, that looks pretty good. And at Toncontin, we're looking at 10.22. And what do we have at top of descent? Top of descent is 11. Right, and it's 10.22. Oops. And we're at what? 340. We'll put in 20,000, 15,000, and 10,000. Let's grab those now. Oh, going the wrong way, pal. There we go. That's what we want. 115 at 19. 15, 077 at 8. And at 10, 112 at 12. Alright, and let's request the cruise winds. We could put the cruise winds in, but I'm not going to do that. We'll let them do it. Hey, last you snuck in here when I wasn't looking at. How's it going? I'm setting a flight up into Toncontin. I haven't been in here in a long time, so this is going to prove interesting because this is a rather demanding approach. I don't need any of that. Did you put them in? Didn't put anything in. Oh, it did. It didn't put anything in. No big deal. Not worried about that. I'm not sure why I get that invalid message, but We're going to keep going anyway. I could put those in manually, but I'm not going to be bothered. All right, let's move on to the pedestal. So let me give you... And don't think you're going to need that anymore. And let me have that chart as well. Back to Cancun. And they're using 12 left and 12 right. We're going to use 12 right. And I'm going to put this in case I have to come back. If I've got engine trouble, whack some birds or something. If we have to come back to Toncontin, this is already going to be set up. That's going to be a deuce. Elevation is set. 125.
Yes, good morning. It's 356. Just a question to you. On the north end, runway 06 right, 34 left. Is this scheduled to close beginning at 13:56 UTC?
111.1.
356 for us, 6 right, 2 for left has been closed for a while. It's closed for 30 minutes. Okay, perfect. So we're just to proceed on it and a little bit for inspection. Is that correct? That's correct.
Okay, set. That's set, that is set. And that is set. So that looks pretty good. All right, I've got... And give me towers 118, 1, ground 121. All right, ground is 121.7. Okay, that's in. Departure is 124.2. And... Alright, so our pedestal's looking pretty good. I'll take... Oh, I gotta put these lights up. As you can see, I have no indicator lights here. They're actually associated with the 3D panel. And if I forget to turn them on, I don't get any lights or indicators. So I just have to come in here and dial that button up. Because my brightness panel, it brightens up the panel in here. It doesn't brighten up that panel, which actually brightens this up. Alright, so I've got my indicators. I usually take care of that before I even set everything up, but it's early. I forgot. Lassie, go get me the ICAOs for those airports and write them down for me, for those 2 airports. Go get the ICAO codes and I'll take a look. Alright, so let's see. Alright, I want terrain, position, data. I want airport, and I want station passage. For me, I'm on the master, you're on the slave. You can have weather, station, airport, and data and position. Our initial heading is going to be 1. Okay, and didn't put that in. Trim is 470, and we're looking at 149 on the engine out. Okay, so you're good. We're cleared up to 4. That's good. That's set. That's set. Nose wheel steering is normal guided. Let's check the panels here. And I'm going to want you here and you there. Alright, that's good. The lower panels. Auto flight system test. And 1 and 2 is good. Okay, so our primary flight display, artificial rising is level, ground speed is 045 on the speed tape, V1 is 139, 149 engine out. We've got 125 on the heading, decision height is 200 if we're coming back. Local pressure is 1016 and we're cleared up to 4,000. I've got terrain on the nav display and you're going to 1016. That's good. N1 is set. Auto speed reference is auto reset. Fuel flow. Auto brake is set for rejected takeoff. We are good here. Sounds a little bit lazy. Alright, that's all looking pretty good. And let's check the bottles. Bottles are good. Cargo test. That's good. And we are good here. Let's get that test done. Run that TCAS test. And that test should be done. And stall warning. Okay, and they're good. Alright, we have fuel in the center tank. Not enough, so let's get the APU up and running here. That test is done. Let's do ground proximity. Yeah, it makes it easier for me to just write those 4 little digits down for each airport and then just go ahead and set up the flight from SimBrief. I'll see if it exists in the real world in SimBrief and then try and set it up to match that in the real world. Alright, we'll get on APU and then we'll button up the doors. Get ready to get on out of here. And let me give you... And we've got runway 12 here.
Transport 951, Monitor Tower 1187.
Oh, why are we getting a fault here? That idiot light. Interesting. See that? We had our first failure. Let's see. And you know what? I'm not even sure where that is. Let's see. That's set for none. Interesting. Okay, let's see if we can do this with the air unit then. Looks like the APU isn't working here. Interesting. They hooked up yet? No, not yet. Hopefully this air start unit is going to work. I've never used it before. Okay, so that's active. So let's check that off. Alright. Let's see if we can actually start these puppies. Any collision. Let's start number 2. I'm not going to hold that out. My shoulder's bothering me.
Delta Romeo. Giant 2011 Heavy Ground Yankee Delta. Taxi Delta Giant 2011. That'll be Eco 9645 with Oscar ready to take. From Mexico 9645, ground runway 0 right, altimeter 3021, taxi Juliet Bravo, Juliet Lima.
Alright, that's stable.
Runway 13. Thank you, runway 8 right. Taxi
That's good. Okay, you're close. Auto.
Mexico 9645.
Actually, you can't do that because we are not running from
Ground from 074 morning, runway back to you. Response 074, Eddie ground taxi, Mike Tango to the vehicle. Mike Tango to the vehicle, from 0794. Ground, good morning, FedEx 239, information Oscar. FedEx 239, are you ready for taxi? Affirmative.
taking a sweet time to spool up.
239, information Oscar.
Let's try it.
Affirmative. FedEx 239, runway 08 right, altimeter 3029, cross the hold line, taxi Delta.
Let it cool down. We'll try again.
Clear across the hold short line, Delta 31 Lima, and see the altimeter again? Altimeter 3021. Alright, 3021.
Boy, 2020 being difficult today. Alright, that's cooled down. I'm not even going to bother with the APU.
118.7 out of Mexico, 96.5, thank you, take care.
Let it cool down. We'll try and start number 2 again.
Hey, ground, FedEx 239, if I'm aircraft departed, there's just a small block of birds at Delta 3 side. I don't want to kick up and fly right in his path. Okay. In this regard, they're heading north, so they should stay on this way.
Got to see if that fault is just a fluke, being that there's no fault set up in here. Once it cools, we're going to give her another shot and see if we can get number 1 up and running here. You can be turned off there, Louis.
Eastern 7316 heavy ground push center discussion. Discussion time 721.
Alright, you're off. You are closed. And let's try again.
Eastern 7316 ground runway 08 right, altimeter 30.
No, she does not want to start. Alright, we'll do it the hard way then, because I'm not reprogramming this flight. That's for damn sure.
Victor, cross runway 13.
Oh, then it's going to screw up that. If I do that, it's going to screw that up. Alright, you know what? Let's see if we can get this running again here. Really being a pain. I tell you, PMDG's being difficult today, boy. Playing nice yesterday. Had a couple of great rides. Today, not so much. See if we get an APU start now.
Carson 611, Vancouver ground runway 0 in right, altimeter P022, Taxi Alpha, cross runway 31.
Alright, we got APU now. Alright. And we're good there. Okay, so you close, you are auto. Packed. Left pack is off. We should be fine to start number 1 now.
Short of runway 08 right. Contact tower now 118.7 for backpack.
Nothing.
Okay, Alpha Hotel, what's your right? Is contact tower here for backpack.
Cycle that. Let's cycle that. Cycle that. Nope. Alright, we're gonna have to do it the hard way. I'm gonna have to reset up some stuff.
64 down taxi, Mike, Juliet, Lima to be affirmed.
That's very strange. I hope that's a fluke. I don't think I updated anything in 2020. I just worked on X-Plane 12 yesterday. Alright, now let me have that back. Let me have that. And now this all has to be set again. Back to the inside. Didn't like that. Oh, that look alright. Terrain, position, data, airport, station, weather, station, point, airport, data and position. Now, did you screw with my numbers? Yep. Cycle that. And you should not be armed. You're good. We're cleared up to 4. It's the only bad thing about this Microsoft. It's hit or miss sometimes. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's set. That's set. That's all good. Hopefully it didn't screw with anything else. That's still at 35. And you should not be at 50. And it's not 1, 2, 3, 4. The squawk is 1522. Right. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Didn't change those. That's all looking pretty good. That should still be off. That's good. Reset that. I think we're good to get out of here now. Both engines are up and running. Alright. Make sure we're up and running here. Gen 2, Gen 1. Up. 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 APU is off. APU is off. We don't need that. Alright, we're good to get out of here. Alright, let's request push. I'm going to back out on my own power. Acapulco ground, good morning, DHL 930 at gate 17, ready for push. Man, my voice is going already.
DHL 930, Cancun ground, pushback approved, face northwest.
Alright, so let's get that clock going. Hopefully I didn't miss anything here. And you can come there. Oh, you know what? We can't go anywhere. Ground services, let's see. That's all been removed. Why is Jetway inhibit and yet it's here? Alright, change to you. Let's get rid of that Jetway. Are you going to go away? We're just going to have to scrape the paint a little bit. That ain't going anywhere. Alright, we're just going to have to scrape the paint a little bit. I think that's good enough. Alright, taxi, let me have you. Let's get out of here. TA, auto. Let me have you. That looks good, and I'm going to want you again for progress. Alright, I think we are good here.
Also, flexible by a mic, Julius, Charlie 2 here, contact Canada 41.
Acapulco ground, good morning, DHL 930. Ready to taxi to 12 right from gate 17. Basically, we're coming straight out, making a right, going down Charlie, down to Charlie 9.
DL930 taxi to runway 12 right via Alpha. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready for departure.
Yeah, clear to taxi to 12 right via Alpha. Contact tower 118.1 when ready for departure. Good morning. Alright, so we can get out of here. But that's not Alpha, though. We got 12 right. It should be Charlie. So that's incorrect. Where you going, Valaris? You coming in here? You taking my gate? I hope he's taking my gate. All right. Looks extremely hazy out here. I hope it's a little better on the back end because that's going to be a wicked approach. Sunwing. I don't think I've ever heard of them. Oh, this airport's loaded with aircraft today. So when I get done with this ride, I think I'm going to shut everything down, start it from scratch, and see if these same problems still exist, or if that was a one-time fluke. But we should be able to start both engines from. I'll get the right engine started, the number 2 engine started with the air start, and then from there I should be able to just open and close the valve and start the other one. But for some reason, one didn't want to budge at all. Something else to take a look at, see if that was a fluke as well. And we can switch on over, and they said 124.20 was departure. I think I have to add a little bit of color to the center. It looks like the center might need a touch more color.
Whiskey Tower, hello, winds 240 degrees 6 knots, runway 14 clear to land, you may vacate at the end of the runway for sure.
Alright, Charlie 9, we got a left coming up.
Just around 14 and vacate north the end of the...
And on the way out, we had our Super 1 Charlie.
Today, Philip, the company departure, should have. United 53 Tower, hello, line up runway 28, report ready. Brigga 1, the advice, there is a drone above Bonnie maximum 50 meters front. United 53, have an estimate when you're ready. Perfect, United 53, wind 190 degrees 6 knots, runway 28, cleared for takeoff.
Good morning, Acapulco Tower, DHL 930, holding short, runway 12 right, ready for departure.
DHL 930, Cancun Tower, runway 12 right, wind 170, 17, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, DHL 930. Let's have a quick peek. Tender notification is complete. Exterior lights as needed. We are good. Engine start select is still continuous. Auto throttle's on. Transponders TARE auto. Parking brake release 40%. And we're gone. Alright, Toncontin, here we come.
Hotel Whiskey Whiskey, wind 260 degrees 4 knots, runway 28, clear to land after landing vacating to Juliet.
40%. Oh, see, it even changed my course heading for the return flight. Stable, toga. Thrust set. Airspeed active. Check. Throttle hold. And we're stable through 80. A little bit of flicker going on there in the front. Gear up. Yeah, a lot of haze out there. Not going to be much to see. I hope it's a little better at Toncontin. Contact departure on 124.2, DHL 930. Have a good day. Departure, DHL 930 with you. Climbing through 1700 to 4000. Inbound 402.
DHL 30, Cancun departure, radar contact. Clear direct UN 408, climb flight level 190.
Clear direct UN 408, climb and maintain 190, DHL 930. Yeah, there's nothing out there to see.
DHL 30, contact Cancun approach on 120.8.
Contact Cancun approach on 120.8, DHL 930. Good day. Flaps 1. Cancun approach, DHL 930 with you, climbing through 4600 for flight level 190. It is nothing to see out there.
DHL 930, Cancun approach, identified. Buenas tardes,
Flaps
Ciudad
up.
de Cancún, QNH 1015.
QNH 1015. All right. So we need to be below 5,000, right, at 408, and then up below 11,000 at Cozumel. Did I bring up the right chart? I think I did. Right, we did. Yeah, that's right. Right. Grabbed the wrong one. I grabbed the wrong chart.
DHL Nina 30, Cancun approach, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, DHL 930. So we need to be below 408, and then we'll continue on up. We'll follow the charts out. Oh, hey, Travis, how's it going? You snuck in here when I wasn't looking. Yeah, hopefully have a nice one this ride. It's a little hazy out there, but not too bad. Looks like we lost our transmissions already. What are we cruising at? 340. Alright, we can continue our climb now up to 11. Yeah, let's screw this up too. I'm going to take a look at. It's got us going to 19. Screwed this whole thing up. Look at this, whole thing is blank now. Damn it.
DHL 930, climb flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, DHL 930. I was hoping this was going to be a pretty cool ride. I guess not. Alright, and what are we cruising at? Mach 0.8, kick that up at 340. Alright, let's move this over so we have some chat going on here. Alright, we're above 10. Didn't change that, did you? No. You flashed a message, but I don't see any message. Look at this. It's just flickering away like crazy. Alright, we're off that chart. And we're gonna head straight up. This is one kooky ride. This is one sick bird, this ride. Yeah, I got it, pal. It's just flashing like crazy. I got a feeling this is not going to be very pretty on the back end. What a mess. And this message keeps flashing and there's no message popping up. Definitely something sick going on here. One and 82. Yeah, it's just dancing all over the place. There's definitely something wrong here. So coming in is going to be very interesting. I got a nasty approach coming up, and the auto flight system is acting up big time. Lovely. All right, 431, 19.4 on the fuel. We're 19.8 right now. And we should have 13.7 when we get in. See, it's got top of climb at minus 303 miles. Yeah. It's going between minus 135, minus 120. Now it's starting to count down. It's really screwed up. Got an aircraft above us, not showing up on TCAS. At all. I can see the nav lights as well as the beacon flashing individually. And we're flickering again. I think I should end this before it becomes a disaster, but not going to. Worst case scenario, NTSB will have to meet us on the other end. All right, did you smooth yourself out now? Top of climb 365. And yet we get into Toncontin in 398. Which means we have to get from 34,000 feet down to, was it 1,700 feet, I think, the airport altitude? Are you kidding me? In 33 miles. That ain't happening. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. Let's go to standard pressure. This is going to be very interesting. Let's take a look at the back end. Not that I'm going to trust any of this stuff. To log 1A. Bravo.
Juliet, maintaining flight level 360. Mile 6 from the bus, level 340. Positive 340, walk 447.
Alright, that looks good. You know what? I'm going to put this in right now. Not that I trust it. $11.41. Yeah, it's still flickering and flashing. Now it's flickering and flashing, unable cruise. What are we looking at? Decision height is what? 1141? Let's spin my fingers off here. $11.41. Okay, and that is in as well. Unable cruise, really? And it's just flashing the heck out of it over and over and over again. 340's cruise. Max cruise is 375. Optimum is 378. So it's lying to us. Big time lying to us. Alright, let's start bringing that down a little bit now. Top of climb at minus 103 miles. Minus 115. Now in 9. Not good. Maybe I'll go see if there's been an update to PMDG. Alright, and let me take a look at that. Make sure it didn't screw any of this up. 15. Yep, that's wrong. No, that's right. 17, 15, 14, 12. And no, that's good. 41, 44, 34. Okay, and it won't take that. And it won't take that. Alright, so I don't need that. This is basically all set on the back end already. Not that I trust any of these instruments right now. This thing has been a little wonky the whole way. I'm getting some pretty bad data. Yeah, top of climb at minus 193 miles. Minus 260 something. Oh, now top of climb at 40, 35, 37, 40. Hike. Not good. So it's telling us unable to make the climb, and then it's telling us erroneous numbers on the climb distance. Not good. You know what? Let him run around. It's pretty smooth. We should have 18.3 on the fuel. We're at 18.3. When we get into the content, we should have 14. Well, 13.9, 13.8, 13.8, 13.7, 13.14. Yeah, this is just bumping around all over the place. Next up is 66. Unable cruise. You're a liar. So even top of climb, it's over here, it's over here, it's up here, it's down here. Now it's starting to slide in. And now it's gone. This was an interesting ride, that's for sure. Hope this was just all a fluke. A one-time job. A lot of haze out there, though. I'm not seeing any clouds, though, just haze. And if we can see the ground from here, hope it stays like that getting into Toncontin. Well, if we go by this, even though we have minus 210 miles to top of climb, we've got 354 miles to Toncontin. So, and let's bring you down now. And yeah, that. Very strange. Let's see. Max should be. Alright, let's see. Let's try that. Well, no, I don't want that. Let's bring it down. Alright, let's see what happens here. We'll take that. How about that? And let's bring you back in. Let's see what it does here. Let's go to 31. And let me have you. There you go. And let's have you. Alright, so now let's see. Are you still wonky? Alright, so now we got top of descent in 49 miles. 343 to go. Very strange ride. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take them now before we head on in. I got to go take my medication. I'll be right back. What a kooky ride. No, I got a sick bird in this ride.
Okay, we're gonna expedite a little bit from which level do you want that?
This just doesn't make sense. They're going to start our descent 300 miles prior to Toncontin. Just doesn't make any sense. This whole ride was just very strange. Alright, let's take a look here. Melvo, we need to be at 9,000. Below 250. Right. Let's do about that. That's 240, 220, 279 on the way down. That looks pretty good. Wrong spot.
Could we climb 320 to maintain my number? That might be possible. I can do that for that.
That all looks good. Let's do at 12. And Melvo at 9. Alright, hopefully it's not going to screw up. It just doesn't make any sense. We're starting our descent that early, but we'll follow along and then we'll take over if we have to. Got a feeling this is going to be a very mellow descent. Alright, another 17 miles top of descent. Let's get them back in their seats. And we're going to set this up to go all the way down to 9 for Melvo. Let's see how it handles that before we get into the approach. Yeah, the color looks a little bit too light. Where's mine? Oh, it's all the way over there. No, I'll do it next ride. And that's all set. You know what? You can get set as well. Alright, that's set, that's set. Set, set, set. One more peek. Yeah. And well, we still have a ways to go before we're on that shot even. I think we're starting our descent about a half hour too soon. But, and we're going over 192. And we're on our way down. This is an hour 45-minute ride. 28 minutes since we left the runway, and the flight management computer is setting us down. So we'll see. We still have 290 miles to go. So we'll see what it does here. In the meantime, yeah, pumps aren't even on, pal. See, that's something else. See, there's something weird going on here. I mean, that shouldn't even come on. That shouldn't even pop. Hey, man, I had to pick a really nasty airport to come into to have this thing act up. Not good. Alright, above 10. So Tagla is 10, and then 9 is Melvo. Right. And then, yeah, okay, that's fine, just like that. Don't mind me. There's a lot going on here that got screwed up. I'm trying to make sure I didn't mess it up even worse. And I am on terrain. Let's have a quick peek. What do we have here? Any nasty rain out there in the distance? Doesn't look like it. And that should be coming into range. So we're looking at 268 miles to go if the FMC is correct. And it's got us on an extremely mellow descent. Maybe it just doesn't like the cost index of 35. But nah, that's not the only problem that happened this ride. APU, we had an APU fault. Got an erroneous fuel low pressure indicator with the pumps off. So, a whole bunch of unable cruise messages. A couple of discon messages which don't exist. There aren't any discontinuities. So, something not right this ride. But we're still in one piece, heading in the right direction, so. But we still have a ways to go, even though we're on our descent, so What do you got now? Yeah, right. I'll take those in a couple of minutes. We're still over 200 miles out of the arrival into Toncontin, so you know what? Let me go take that too. What is that? Prednisone? Gotta go take my prednisone. I'll be right back. Maybe I'll kick up this color a little bit at the same time.
Bonjour, Tom 739, flight level 390 et en France. Bonjour, à l'entrée. Easy, bonjour,
Alright, prednisone is done for the day. The islands look rather nice down there. Alright, that should be in range. And what are we looking at? Carap. We should have 16.2. We're 16.6 right now. And we should have 13.9 when we get in, if this is right. Another 234 miles to go.
Okay, so sorry, with you, 122.415, bye-bye. Unité 040, continue, continue, continue. Landing into 604 there. Go to 012, bonjour, bonsoir, the height, 15 degrees, course base, line of 61.
That should be in range. And cut up. Cut up. We should have 16.2 with 16.4 on the fuel right now. So 2:15 to go. Looks like things may be back on track.
So, the latest speed at 75 maintain 35 and right. Bonjour, 72 km. Direct diet and request time 310, speed at 75.
That's a pretty cool view. Big beach area down there. Can see all the way out to the horizon. A couple of puffs of clouds out there, but not much, just off to the right. Pretty cool view. Yeah, it's taken us on a very mellow descent. No doubt about it. I might not have liked that cost index I put in. Although X-Plane doesn't seem to have an issue with it. But I'll see next ride. I'll change the cost index to something else. Actually, you know what? I'll leave it the same. See if I have the same issue. If I don't, hopefully it was just a one-time fluke with this. So we still have 166 miles before we get on the arrival chart into the continent. A little ways to go. Yeah, the messages also told us that we'd be using reserve fuel, which that's an erroneous message as well. And right now it's showing that we'll have 14 when we get in. So the reserve was about half that. That's 50 minutes since we left the gate, 42 minutes since we left the runway, or entered the runway, that is. And we've got 193 to go. I think I might have to put a little more color in there too. Oh, thanks, Night Shadow. I appreciate that. He caught us in between Cancun and Toncontin. Although PMDG's been acting up this ride a little bit, so hopefully the back end is going to be successful. All right, 16.3, 16.3 on the fuel. Next up is Cordy 15.6 and another 40. 13.9 when we get in now. 180 miles to go. And that should be in range. And let's see, we've got about 140 miles before we get on the arrival chart into Toncontin. And we got the Tagla 1A. From Talag into Melvo, and then Melvo, we're going to pick up the approach from the north via the RNP into 2. So, nice loop and turn coming into Toncontin with a sharp left and a big drop just about when we make that final left into runway 2 down there. So this is a very interesting approach. Final approach max speed is 165. Right now I believe we'll be doing 150, 150. Maybe 150, 149. Definitely going to slow up early on this ride because the ground will come up and bite you in a heartbeat if you're not ready for it. So, and I've never done this ride in 2020. I've only done it in X-Plane. And it was real difficult to do. The first time I slammed into the ground. There would have been 0 survivors on that first run. None. And it's been quite a while since I've been here, so we may slam into the ground again, who knows. But that's all programmed in again. I had to change a whole bunch of stuff. When the #1 engine wouldn't start on the front end, I had to go and take the flight management computer and go into PMDG's setup and just set it up to where I was pretty much at the runway, all up and running, and then took it over from there. But it screwed up the MCP and the FMC, and I was getting some really erroneous numbers during the climb out. Minus 189 at top of climb, unable top of climb. I got discontinuity error messages which didn't exist. So fuel indicator, low fuel indicator came on even though the pumps are off, and we got the fuel indicator on the caution on the 6-pack here. So there's quite a few things that went a little bit awry this ride. But I think after this I'm going to take a look and see if PMDG put out an update. I haven't checked in quite some time. So there may be one out there. Hey, Airsoft. So far far, the back end of this ride has been pretty mellow. And we've got 155 miles to go. They put us on a very mellow descent into Toncontin. Very mellow. I just don't think it liked that cost index that I put in at 35. Let's go to local pressure and let's have a peek, shall we? Alright, bleed air panel is set to auto. Yes. Pressurization panel land altitude is in. Passenger signs are on. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. We are set for local QNH recall. And we got a clean board. And landing data VREF minimums. I got to put that in. And we're coming in at a $149. Oh, see, there's the VNAV disconnect again. Very strange that it does that. Very strange that it does that. Oh, it depends on what you've run in the past. I mean, Innsbruck is nice. Amsterdam is nice. I'm heading into Toncontin now. So Toncontin is a pretty wild approach. Coming into runway 2 from the north. That's a pretty cool ride. A whole bunch of places are pretty nice. I just updated X-Plane 12 last night. I got everything up to date. ZHSI, PMDG, Zebo mod. I was using 4.03.18. I jumped up to 21. I didn't take a look at today to see if he put out another update. But right now I'm in MS 2020 and PMDG. So, but I wanted to get that up to date. So instead of doing a second run yesterday, I got that all up to date after talking to Pat 738 for a little bit. Yeah, I just came out of Cardiff. Yeah, the Cardiff flight was nice. I had a great ride. Yeah, I think I just did that ride yesterday. Let me see what's on here. This holds multiple flights, so I know it's got to be on here. Oh yeah, Cardiff. Well, yeah, we went back to Innsbruck. Transavia flight 6601. So yeah, I just did that one the other day. All right, we are 102 miles out of Talag, and Talag puts us on the arrival into Toncontin. So, but we still have 100 miles to go before we hit that. That's a nice view out the window. No clouds anywhere to be seen, just a whole lot of haze. And a lot of green down there. Big stretch of beach. Smooth ride though. Right now we're dealing with an 8-knot crosswind just about. Yeah, and coming into Innsbruck too is another beauty. So I'm hoping 2024 goes to an offline option, because then I'll update, because those mountains got to look even better in 2024 than 2020. The 3D stuff all the way down to the ground's really not that big of a deal when you're flying in an airliner, but having that higher mesh resolution definitely going to make a difference in the view out the window, no doubt about it. And that's an hour since we left the gate. 52 minutes since we entered the runway. 126 miles to go. And this ride was done in an hour and 45 minutes. So we're on a slow, mellow descent, so who knows? Maybe it will stretch out to that.
United 955, 122, 380, Boeing. 122, 380, United 955, United.
Good morning, Boeing number 093,
Fukuyama 2093, hello, Danish 5. Go ahead. Is it comfortable to have alright?
So to log, we got to be 10 or below.
Good morning, Emirates 224.
Nice view. That should be coming into view now, and 161. Get a little behind the time there, Johnny. Mountains look pretty cool. Yeah, we're getting a little rocking now from the mountains and the wind. Hey, we should be getting a little bit of movement. The other day it seemed like it was just a little too steady on some of that ride. Should definitely hit some unstable air in some of those clouds that we were on our way. We were on our way in, and it was still a pretty smooth ride, so it seemed a little strange. Now we're getting a little rocking going on here. It should be. Yeah, I think I got to kick the color up a little bit more in the center. All right, we're 100 miles out now. We're getting there. Pretty cool view. All right, 90 to go. So it looks like the flight management computer is back online and acting the way it's supposed to. On the way out, no, something weird going on there, but she's looking pretty decent right now. Keep an eye on it though. I still don't trust it. Great view. A view that never gets old. Gonna start getting interesting real soon. But it looks like we're gonna have a decent view on the way in. So that should help a little bit. But this is one nasty approach. I think it's one of the top 10 dangerous in the world. All right, 75 miles out now. Another 40 miles, we should be on that other chart. I think we're coming in from the north. We might even get on there a little sooner. We might pop on that chart a little bit sooner. That should be in range, and that is correct. So we're at 12.9 right now. We need to be above 10 at Talag, and then above 9 at Melvo. That is a great view. Yeah. See some clouds out in the distance. Alright, within 30 miles, we should be on that chart. And we're going to go, let's see if it's going to obey these restrictions. Alright. Yeah, let's do.
Ukraine National 232, good morning. Block 1171, start flight level. Ukraine National 232, radar contact, it's Dover, cleared from Dover to the beach.
Dover to lift, you bring international 232.
A first 5 to 1 kilometer.
Further additional level 6 maintaining 350.
Roger.
Let's get you armed as well. So far, so good on the way down. There we are, we're on that chart now. Bring it down a little bit, right up at the top. This is a pretty great view, man. Definitely need to spend more time in the mountainous areas in 2020. Now let's see if we can survive this landing first. That should be in range now. 61, yes. So far, so good. We need to be above 10 at Talag, and well, 10 or above. We're at 11.1 right now. Slowly descending. And we're going to slow to 240. 240, then 220, then down to 180. So that's an hour and 15 minutes since we left the gate. Hour and 7 since we left the runway at Cancun. That gives us a half an hour to get in, so something's a little wonky there on the time. Alright, we're going to slow to 240 now. Man, that is a great view. It's actually even better than the view I have out the left window. And we got a couple of rights coming up, so you should have a nice view out that window before we make that looping arc turn left for landing. Hey Sebastian, how's it going? You just caught us. We're on our way into Toncontin. I haven't been here in a long time, so it may not be pretty. All right, we're slowing to 240 now. So we're at 10,200 right now. We need to be at 10 or above at Talag, which we are, right on the money. We're at 250 knots, slowing to 240. And we're coming up on 10. You're set and you're set. Let's have a quick peek. Exterior lights, check, set. We are good. Engine start selectors to continuous, and I'm already set up for terrain. Great view out that window. Great view. All right, we need to be above 9. Well, 9 or above. At Melville, we're going to slow to 220 here. And then from Melville, we're going to pick up the approach into 2. Nice. She's going to hold us at 9 or above until we hit Melville. Very good. And what are we holding at? We're holding at 9 at Melville on a mist. And let's bring up the other chart now. And we are coming in from the north. And so we're 9,200 descending. We need to be above 9 at Melville. Oh, 9 or above, but we're going to hit 9. And we're down to 220 on the speed. Great view. Beautiful. Beautiful view. And we're going to slow to 180 now, so let's start bringing out some flaps. What a beautiful view. Coming with those flickering flashing messages again. Give me 5. Yeah, you still have it. I'll take it. Go right to 10. All right, we're in the groove.
Roger, 135.510, your transport is
14 knot crosswind right now. Yeah, we're getting whipped a little bit. All right, we're at 8,300 descending. 8,000 at 17. So far, the auto flight's doing a pretty good job on the way in. On the way out, not so much. You know what? Let's get settled. I want to get set early here. I haven't been here in a very long time. 224. Maybe 15. And we're going to slow all the way up here. Maybe 25. And 30. Alright, lights, engine start selectors, auto brake, speed brake, landing gear, flaps, and they have been notified. Let's have a quick peek. Tender notification complete, speed brake is on, landing gear down, 3 green, flaps are set for landing. What a great view. Beautiful view. I hope you're enjoying the ride. This was what it was all about. The back end. Coming in here. And we'll just put you to 020 on a mist. Alright, and then that's just going back to 9. PMDG's handling this beautifully. It's going to be that final left, though, that comes up to bite you. Can imagine what it's like to be a passenger looking out one of the windows coming in here in the real world. Oh man. Definitely got to be nerve-wracking if you don't like flying. That's for sure. But PMDG's handling this beautifully. Look like tombstones down there. When I first looked, they're tiny buildings. I don't even have the airport yet. Oh, I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. You're going back to 9. Swing around, baby. Swing around. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. My bird, my bird. My bird. My bird. Oh, watch that, Louie. Watch that, Louie. Watch your speed. Watch your speed. Watch your speed. Watch your speed, Louie. Oh yeah, baby. Welcome to Toncontin. Not bad considering I haven't done this in a long time. And the autopilot actually did a beautiful job on the way in. Let's see, APU going to give us another fault here or what? ETA and test. Pretty cool ride. See, that's an airport to go check out if you really want to go and try some stuff, because that's pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed that ride. I had a blast. See, another APU fault. Not even going to bother. Then after the fault, it started. So, go figure. So that's an hour and 20 minutes, runway to runway. Hour and 28 minutes. So you figure hour and 30, we're 15 minutes early on this ride. So APU is not working, so we're going to have to get connected to ground. So let's go in here. And we can kill number 2. That was a rather nice ride, man. I'm surprised it turned out as well as it did, too. Being that I haven't been here in a while. Electric and then hydraulics next, yes. What do we have on the way in? Gate 2, which I think is this one right here. And we can kill you. Nice looking airport right here. Ah, we can actually see the marshal here. Come up a little bit more, Louis. She stopped rather abruptly there. Yeah, I know. Come on. She's not even budging. Come on. I know there's only one engine going, but are you kidding me? We're almost at 50% here. Come on. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Come on. That's at 80%. Look at this. Are we on the truck, maybe? Come on, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. That was almost an actually great flight. No, the first half was pretty bad. That's good enough. Any collision, let them run around. All right, menu. Doors. You can open that. Open those bad boys. Set the chocks. Ground power. And let's get air conditioning as well. No gate. Where's the gate? Ground power. Where'd my ground power go? Oh, here comes the gate. That's set. Ground power. Air conditioning. Air conditioning not available. Hello? And wheel chocks are set. We can get rid of the brakes. Ground power is available. Ground power, confirm ground. And let's get set for unconditioned air here. Oh, I didn't even have that because we're not using that. You should be off, 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 and off, and off. Let's have a peek. Electrical panel check set. We're on ground power. Bleed air. We're set for unconditioned air. Off, off, open, on, off, on. That is good. Fuel levers are set to cut off. Any collision light is off. Passenger signs are off. Fuel pump switches are off. Electrical panel check set. Galley power is off. Window heat switches are off. Hydraulic pumps electric 2 and 1. They're off. Exterior lights. We don't need logo. Flight director switches are off. I don't know why that word didn't want to come out. Chocks are in position. The brakes are off. I'm going to shut down completely because I want to restart this whole thing. Hopefully what was going on here was just a one-time fluke. So IRS select is to off. Emergency exit lights are off. Exterior lights are off. Bleed air panel. We are good here. Engine start select is to both. APU or ground, we'll disconnect the ground power. DC-AC select is to standby, and battery switch is off. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed that ride from Cancun to Toncontin. That was a pretty cool approach, and I'm amazed that I did as well as I did on the arrival, putting her down. So I'm going to definitely go back and take a look at that. I'm going to go grab something to eat. It's 3:30. And I'm going to come back in and do another ride. I don't know where yet, but I think it's going to be someplace where there's some mountains. So, for everybody that was here, I always enjoy the company and the conversation, my friends. So, I hope you enjoyed the view. And let's see, who did I miss? What did I miss in here? Let's see. Where did back in 5, okay, I got that. Fine, okay, I got that from Sebastian. Memphis, nice, thank you. Aerosoft, wow. Thank you, Aerosoft. That might actually been the best approach I've ever seen. Amazing landing. Oh, thanks, Airsoft. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got to go back and look at that one. It's amazing. I can come into the Toncontin, and this looked like it was pretty good. Although the auto flight took it up until the very end, where you really got to make some serious quick stuff. So, and then I couldn't put it down in Rotterdam when we had some nasty weather. Well, I did put it down, but we were just off a little bit there. So, it is what it is, right? Let's see. Night Shadow, where did you get your checklist? This is actually a flow checklist combination. This was taken directly from the Boeing manuals. And I actually had this taken to a multi-million-dollar sim. Can't tell you what airline. But I did some flying really early in the morning, and I had them look this over, and they said this was basically pretty much spot on from the Boeing manuals. You can get that if you want. There's a link down below where it says flow checklist. you can download that and you'll get the latest version that I have out. So I use the flow part of this when I have new people in the flight deck. I'll be sitting in the right seat because you can see there's one there as well. And what we'll do is we'll go through originator flight, pre-flight, before push, after push, engine start, and the individual that's here will push every button, throw every rocker switch, dial in whatever needs to be done. They'll do everything on this list themselves. I'll just basically show them where it is. So that's what I use this for the most part. But a lot of the stuff that's on here, the flow, it's memorized by the pilots. It's only the checklist items that they'll go back and just make sure that they didn't miss those. But this is a combination of both. If you hit all the flow items, you're going to hit every checklist item. So this is basically both. All right, everybody. Yep, and that's available from xplane.to, I believe. Free download. So mine, I laminated mine. So they'll last a little bit longer. So, and they're printable on it's just two-sided. Takes care of the whole thing, from originator flight to securing on the back end. And there's also some hints that I put in here along the way. Like the bleed panel, for instance. You're going to set the left and right recirc fans to auto. Test the wing body overheat. Set the left and right packs to auto. The engine bleeds to on. The isolation valve and the APU switches are going to be set accordingly, depending on whether you're on APU unconditioned air or APU bleed air. So those hints are along the way, depending on where you are along the flight as well. So once you have this memorized, you'll be pretty good in the 737 as far as getting around. So, but that's available for a download. Denver has weather right now. Might be a nice flight. Yeah, Denver's pretty nice, but coming into Denver, it's like a long, straight approach looking at flat. That's my only problem with Denver. But I'm going to go see if I can find something for the next run after I grab something to eat. And I definitely have to give my voice a little breather because I can hear it teetering a little bit here now. So, all right, everybody. Like I said, as always, I enjoy the company and the conversation, my friends. And I will catch you on my next run. What else did I miss here? Awesome, I got that. A New Yorker with a badass flight sim. Found a new channel to sub to. Oh, thanks, Grumpy. Hey, I'm from Brooklyn myself originally. I've been transported down here to Boca Raton, Florida. So, when do you live flights? It depends on my breathing, my back, and my legs. I try to get a flight in every day, at least one. But that doesn't happen, unfortunately. And it's hit or miss with the live flight because if my breathing or something keeps me awake, I get up late, which I usually do. This one was actually pretty early for me. For the most part, it's usually later in the day. What else? Thanks, and I can certainly understand. Okay, I hear you. All right, thanks, Grumpy. All right, everybody. I'll catch you on my next run. Take care.